There's one player on the Minnesota Vikings who has a very similar career path that Sam Darnold has, or had, I should say, in the fact that he's bounced around from team to team, really just not being or not producing the way he was drafted to do, basically, right? Sam Darnold drafted number 3 overall to the New York Jets, really didn't find his footing. Now, granted, it was the Jets. He moves on, goes to Carolina. He bounces over to San Francisco. Then he comes to Minnesota and has this resurgence, right? Goes 14-3, leads the Minnesota Vikings to the playoffs. Just an absolute phenomenal season. That is the type of season that the Jets expected when they drafted him number 3 overall. And there's one guy on the Vikings who could have a similar season in a way, just because they play different positions and stuff like that. You've probably already seen it from the thumbnail. But the player I'm talking about is Jeff Okudah. Drafted 3 overall by the Detroit Lions, was supposed to be a superstar corner for the Lions and turned out to be an absolute dud. He was injured a couple of years. Then he bounced around from team to team. I believe he went to the Texans, the Falcons, and the Lions. And now he's with the Minnesota Vikings. And there's this chance that he has a possible resurgence of his career, especially in this Brian Flores defense. So let's get right into it. Can Jeff Okudah find success this year and rejuvenate his career? Well, before we get into that, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that is in the comment section. It's also posted in the description, so hit that link. Use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. If you don't want this Viking helmet, that is okay, because they have the original helmet. They also have the throwback helmet. Plus, they have all 32 NFL teams. So you can check them all out. Or if you're not generally, or if you're not really a huge NFL fan, that's okay, because they have college helmets as well. Or maybe you need a gift for somebody, you can fully customize your own helmet. So if that's something that intrigues you, hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a discount. So Jeff Okudah, Sam Darnold, well, they play completely different positions, right? But the similarities between Sam Darnold and Jeff Okudah, at least in terms of career arc, are hard to ignore. Sam Darnold was drafted number 3 overall in 2018. He earned the bust label after a poor 3 years with the Jets and wound up traded before the end of his rookie contract. Now, Sam Darnold bounced around a bit more and then ended up signing a cheap 1-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings as his fourth team, or with his fourth team, entering his 7th season. Jeff Okudah was also the number 3 overall pick, but this time in 2020. He earned the bust label after a poor 3 years with the Lions and wound up traded before the end of his rookie contract. Pretty similar, right? Okudah bounced around a bit more and then ended up signing another cheap 1-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings as his fourth team, entering his 6th season. Very similar paths between the two, right? Both on their fourth team, both signing a cheap 1-year deal, both number 3 overall, getting traded after 3 years with their original team. Like, very crazy. Now, last year, Kevin O'Connell and his staff, as well as Vikings offensive environment, helped get an incredible career year out of Sam Darnold. This year, they hope Brian Flores, Durante Jones, and the defensive environment in Minnesota can do the same for Jeff Okudah. So the early returns have been promising, and Jeff Okudah still just 26 years old, has been working with the first team defense as the cornerback 3 behind Byron Murphy Jr. and Isaiah Rodgers. That's a role that would come with significant playing time if he holds on to it. His physicality and athleticism have shown up on the field in practices, and every indication is that he's working extremely hard to try to revive his career, which obviously he should be trying to do, right? I mean, having 3 years being labeled a bust, bouncing from team to team, like, there's not many opportunities left. The average career of an NFL athlete is 3 years. That's not long at all. And he's already had, this will be his 6th season. So he's already overcome that. But now it's like, hey, it's go time. If it ain't this year, are you even going to be on a team next year? Are you going to make a practice squad next year? And then after that, are you not even going to be in the NFL entirely? You were the former number 3 overall pick. It's time to really buckle down and show the league that you're still worth investing in a way, right? I mean, he's 26 years old, has a lot of playing time left if he can just figure it out. And Brian Flores' defense is the perfect place for him to do so. And I think he will have a pretty decent season. I'm not going to say it's going to rejuvenate his career, but I think it'll do enough or be enough to get another contract with Minnesota, whether that be another 1-year deal or a 2-year deal, or maybe he does have a great season and gets a 3-year deal either here or somewhere else, right? I think there's a chance that that happens. Okay. So Brian Flores was asked why he thinks Okudah has bounced around the league, and this is what he had to say. He said, "It's hard to say without being in each building. I know in his time here, he's been as diligent from on the field, off the field, training room, and weight room. He's always looking to do extra film work. I don't know what's happened in the other buildings. I know that since he's been here, it's been great to coach him." He went on to say also that I think he's getting better. I think he's getting more comfortable within the defense and what we're going to ask him to do. And he's shown up positively, really, in every way. I'm excited to watch him continue to improve. I think he's got a lot of skill. That's why he was drafted so high. But again, I can't speak for what else has happened. And honestly, I don't want him to think about that. I want him to think about making some improvement today and trying to put his best foot forward at all times, which is obviously a good way to kind of answer that question, right? He has no idea why it didn't work out in those 3 buildings before coming to Minnesota. And frankly, he shouldn't care. All he cares about right now is him getting better day by day. Is he improving with this defense? Is he willing to put in the work to be great at his job? That's all that should matter. And that's exactly what Flores basically said there. It's like, hey, he's put one foot in front of the other and let's just continue to get the job done. And hopefully he has a great season. And I think Okudah can do that. I have no idea why it didn't work out in the buildings or the other buildings. It could be coaching. It could be just a lack of, or maybe it's just not a fit for him. Like that actually happens. Like you go to a team and the scheme is just not, it just doesn't fit you as a player. So then you end up having a terrible season and things kind of go south. But hopefully this rejuvenates his career a little bit. Now Okudah has always played with physicality. Justin Jefferson described him as annoying to face earlier this offseason. He'll jam receivers off of the routes and press like he did to Jordan Addison on a recent practice rep that led to J.J. McCarthy throwing an interception. So, and Okudah is also a strong run defender and tackler. The key that will determine how he fares in Minnesota is his technique and consistency in coverage, which is huge. You have to be consistent in coverage. And I think it'll get cleaned up as the season goes on, especially in this Flores' defense. Now, we can't have a lot of blown coverages or we can't have a lot of blown coverages because we blitz so much. So there's going to be man-to-man. There's going to be zone coverage. Like he has to really hone in on the film study and what his job is on a play-to-play basis, right? So if he struggles in that area, Mekhi Blackmon will be lurking as his replacement in the cornerback 3 role, but if Jeff Okudah is able to figure it out in Minnesota, he could have a lesser version of the Darnold career revival year for the Minnesota Vikings in 2025. I don't understand why Mekhi Blackmon is listed below Byron Murphy Jr., who's the other one? Isaiah Rodgers and Jeff Okudah. I would put Mekhi Blackmon as cornerback 3 over Jeff Okudah, just strictly because we drafted him. I think he was about to go and have a pretty stellar career before the injury, but I think he's lower on the depth chart because of that injury, and we're not really sure how he's going to perform coming into this season, but training camp's going to get all that figured out, all that sorted out. And Mekhi Blackmon will see playing time. It's just a matter of how much and how well Jeff Okudah can play, and if Okudah's not holding his own, then Mekhi Blackmon will come in and take over that role. But as of right now, Jeff Okudah could have a rejuvenation of a career here in Minnesota and follow the footsteps of Sam Darnold just a year ago. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks, and Skull Vikes.